Good morning, traders. This is Michael coming to you from GammaEdge on October 15th, Tuesday, October 15th, with our pre-market morning strategy and briefing session. We're going to go through our three pillars here at GammaEdge like we always do every morning to set our morning game plan, structure, sentiment, and trend. We're going to start with the MTM, which our trend model continues linear up from yesterday. All bullish tick-tag combos to the upside, except for the red below cyan, which is our longer term, but we do have positive slopes. Our TC4 plus, which was a trigger day of positive slopes of the red and cyan, is a continuation day now. TC3 plus, so we will be entering P2P trades if they are available. Unfortunately, we did not have any populate the scan for today. So we'll continue to watch the MTM. We want to see the bolded CT and moving averages continue to stay in this pattern and continue to live above the colored ribbon, and that would lead to the positive slope and the red eventually crossing above the cyan, which would be a more confirmation of a longer term bullish trend. Again, we could see some consolidation above the colored ribbon here, which would be normal for the overall structure and market. We'll go ahead and jump right into the SPX full complex. SPX full complex here, call dominated, so we're looking at the structure and sentiment. We have discussed this iron condor this morning. Commentary is in the hashtag SPX game plan. Make sure you're checking that out and what this iron condor means for today. We've drawn the drunken sailor range, 58.90 to 58.35 also, and then down here we have 58.35 to a lower level of 57.55. Anticipation is that we would stay within this overall range of the iron condor today, or at least above transition. It's going to be extremely important to watch this 58.30-35 to the downside. If we do get any pullback, opportunity to get involved in the market, as long as the vol M stays constructive and bullish. We see PGEX at 5,900 and actually COI at 5,900. So the structure continues to advance, plus GEX continues to advance, which is bullish. We see this significant expiry today, obviously due to the iron condors coming in, which we'll look at in just a minute. Delta balance continues strong on the SPX. We do see Friday, right-hand plane, possible weak bear. That just could be from expiry, which is OTM call speculation, waning just a little bit there in the right-hand plane above spot price. But as we continue on down, even to Monday, we are strong and bullish with the delta balance. So we want to continue to see this maintained above zero, which will maintain the in-the-money calls in the left-hand plane below spot price and the right-hand plane OTM call speculation above spot price. Do note, though, that the structure looks bullish, but again, just with puts closing, depending on where they're at, that really doesn't drive us higher. We do need to continue to see that OTM call speculation drive the complex higher and the structure higher, which we continue to see in the overall structure that I discussed. SPY, we do not see any sort of hedging happening here. Again, completely bullish with the delta balance. We are pegged at 1, which means the right-hand plane and left-hand plane are call dominated above and below. So we continue to see the bullish structure there in SPY also all the way through the rest of this week. GEX ratio, we discussed it multiple times. The 1.8, it's up there at 1.83 on the SPX now, and we do see the confluence of price driving higher there. Again, this is short-dated calls. We've discussed this, and we have a complete thread about why we think GEX ratio here at GammaEdge is better than put-call ratio. You will be happy to link that, or you can look at it at your own leisure and ask questions about that. But as long as we continue to see the GEX ratio maintained and price continue to drive higher, even if price continues to consolidate and we see the GEX ratio drop, that really is not a bearish look. It would just be some sort of consolidation. We do note that obviously there's the fear and greed component of the overall market, and we do anticipate and expect some profit taking at some time for the call holders to be rewarded. So that would be a drop in the GEX ratio in the short dated call structure, not necessarily an increase in the put speculation. This is also discussed in the SPX game plan this morning via the numerator denominator from your grade school math classes. So make sure you check that out. SPXP for net stat command, we see 58.85 on the right-hand plane strike. That's the top of that range we've already discussed. OTM calls ITM calls, left-hand plane, right-hand planes. This is the structure you need to see for price to continue higher. We do see the net charm, gamma, and Vanna come in at 58.35. We've discussed that. That's where transition is at. So any pullback to that may be an opportunity for us to get involved in the market to move back to the upside. Again, as long as the MTM is maintained and we see vol-am, call speculation, positive slopes on both the centroids to the upside. So we'll watch that 58.85 to the upside for some sort of stalling. And then obviously we see the in-the-money calls entrenched down there at 5,800. Not really anticipating a larger move back down there, but if we do, that would be a round number and obviously an opportunity for us to look to get involved in the market on the long side. We're looking at the 0DT for today. Again, we've talked about where this iron condor is located. Drunken sailor range 58.85 to 58.35, and then transition is a little bit wider here, 58.60 to 58.45. I'm going to be looking, my thesis for today is looking for any pullback down into this transition layer area or this lower area that we've discussed on the drunken sailor range for an opportunity to get involved in the market, with the caveat of this is in the overall drunken sailor range and this may be very choppy. This would most likely just be a scalp trade for short term. I would preferably like to see us get above the 58.85, 58.90 for a drive higher towards this 59.15, 59.20. That'd be a nice trade to the upside if we do see that vol-am call speculation centroid continue in a positive slope and to the upside. But do note we do see a significant drop in net deltas as we traverse really above that 5,900. So we do need to see that OTM call speculation continue to the upside for price to continue higher. And you can see on the net stat command, we'll watch this throughout the day in the automated channels, 58.85 on that right-hand plane strike. Plus one DT, again, call dominated above and below spot price. We do see transition drop a little bit, but again, confluence there, that 58.35. So it gives me a little bit more confidence that any pullback in the overall structure and market down towards this level could be a demand area and supportive type action. Again, watching that 58.85, we do see on the plus one DT, we do have significant OTM call speculation there to the upside, which so the market could move above the 58.80 and traverse up to the upside if we continue to see that call speculation come in. Net stat command for the plus one DT, 58.75. So really that confluence that we've talked about, 58.75, 58.80. 58 to 85 area to the upside, where we may see some stalling if we don't see significant OTM call speculation. So thesis for today, SPX chart here. Talk about the GEX ratio in just a minute, but I've drawn the drunken sailor range. Drawn drunken sailor range. So obviously 58.85, 58.90 to the upside, depending on where we open. 58.29, 58.30 to the downside. Multiple areas where you can draw that drunken sailor, and we'll watch for some sort of pullback. I do denote, obviously, the GEX ratio. We've talked about this. We're getting a little bit extended. Again, if we're in a significant bullish uptrend, bullish market, the GEX ratio can stay elevated for a longer period of time. So this is not really saying, hey, we want to look for a short or look for a pullback. We're just cognizant of where we are with the overall structure, where we're at with PGEX and where we're at with P-trans and transition, as it's very difficult to extend above PGEX for a longer period of time unless we do see the structure continue to move up in the IWM, Qs, SPY, and SPX. So we'll continue to watch that. Some sort of consolidation most likely anticipated in the near future. And maybe some sort of pullback. If not, the market can drive higher with the overall structure and MTM. Caveat with the iron condor today, we talked about that just a few minutes. Probably not likely that we drive significantly higher than that 58.85 for today. So that's what I have. That's my thesis. We'll see how it plays out. Again, within the drunken sailor range, it can be very choppy. So make sure you're understanding that. And, if you're 0DT, those are but in the seat trades, I prefer to be just involved on the MTM or with the MTM on swing trades a little bit longer, which I do have some exposure and will continue the progressive exposure as long as the MTM is indicating bullish trend. So, all right, that's all I have for this morning. We'll be in the voice in a few minutes. We do have a 10 a.m. New members orientation or ask questions. So make sure if you want to join that, you can. we'll pop open the voice education chat or voice education channel where you'll be able to join. So, all right, thanks everybody. See you in the Discord in a few minutes.